Hello guys, it was about the worst and best area in each Pikmin game. So really there's no bad areas in Pikmin. And no, we'll not be counting Hey Pikmin, we're counting the first free game. We're talking about the free console games, not Hey Pikmin, because Hey Pikmin has like 10 areas. And yeah, Hey Pikmin will not be one of them. So the first Pikmin, the worst one. Well, we start off the worst or my least favorite. None of the stages are actually bad, but my least favorite is probably the second one, the Forest of Hope. It's just yeah. At the first day when you reach the Forest of Hope, you basically have to waste one full every day cutting down that fence when you only have like 20 Pikmin. And that was always an annoyance. And yep, the Forest Navel in the Distant Spring, of course, gave you more freedom and stuff in the map. But yeah, the Forest of Hope, because of the first, fourth, or every time I played through the game when I was a kid, you always had to wait a while for the fence to go down. And you finally got to fight the Bulborbs and everything. And once he got to the yellow Pikmin, the day was practically over. Once he got and once you got at Pikmin, you probably won't be able to beat you'll probably be able to get the one sip part and that's it in the game. And yeah, and of course the best one has to be the Distant Spring. The Distant Spring has the best music of all of the original Pikmin maps. And yep, it has the only, and there's really no bad things about the Distant Spring. It's very calming. The music is very calming. The enemies are pretty memorable, and yeah, the stage is probably the most memorable stage in Pikmin One. And now we give my opinion on the set other three. Impact Site would probably be fourth on the list because it's the football again. It's the first stage in all of Pikmin. It does have a pretty charming song, but yeah, you only go here twice. And besides being the first part of the game, you really only go here twice to get the first zip part at the beginning, and to get the second zip part once you get the water Pikmin. And then the final trial, pretty great boss stage, but you only come here once to fight the boss, unless you go do the challenge mode. But again, the boss is probably one of the best bosses in Pikmin, the Emperor Bulbax. So it's a pretty memorable place. And the last one is the Forest Stable. The Forest Stable is very sort of Distant Spring. The music is great, the enemies are great, and all of the things of this. And of course, you get the blue Pikmin on this one. Yeah, this is like the Distant Spring. It gives you all of the freedom of a Pikmin map. And yep, Pikmin 2 is going to be a bit harder because you have to dodge the caves as well, which is a new feature they added in Pikmin 2. And yeah, my least favorite is probably, yeah, if I'm going to have to rank one fourth one, it will still probably be the Awakening Wood. I all of the Pikmin 2 maps are extremely great, and those, but again, Awakening Wood does have the more, again, it's not like, at least you have more freedom in the, but again, you really only with, basically it's very similar, but you get more open area. You still have to cut down a black fence, basically. You want a black fence, basically, and you also have to, and one of the paths is blocked out by water until you get the blue Pikmin. And yeah, you basically go here to get the first two, get the white Pikmin as well as you get the, as you go to the whole beasts. And then there are other two caves as, again, one of them is Snagger Cave. I don't like Snag, the boss of that one. And the Emperor Ballbacks, they made the Emperor Ballbacks very weak in that cave. So yep, bottom of the list. All the other ones are pretty great. Perplexing Pool has very great music, and it also has the Water Wave, which is, but I think the best one had to be the Wistful Wild because of its autumn aesthetic. It also has the Stolza, where it's basically a combination of both the Final Trial and Pikmin 1's, excuse me, Impact Site, if you don't notice that it is a combination of both maps. But yeah, very great map. It also has three of the best caves in all of Pikmin 2, besides the cave we meet, and of course you fight basically almost every boss here, with the exception of the Water Wave. So yeah, and of course it has the Titan Drevel boss fight, and yeah, The other two are still pretty great. Valley of Repose is a great tutorial area. Again, the tutorial does drag on for a while, unlike Pikmin 1. But yeah, there's more stuff. There's two caves, so there's more of a reason to come back here when they get the blue Pikmin. And also had the Manat Rex cave, so that means this is a further the list. Next, and the last is Perplexing Pool. Perplexing Pool is an amazing map. Kind of like the Distant Spring. Everything about the Distant Spring that makes the Scissor Spring good, it carries over to Perplexing Pool, because basically, Perplexing Pool is basically a revamp of the Distant Spring. And yeah, it also has the Water Wave as well. Pikmin 3. Well, the worst map unlike the other two, the worst map is Formidable Oak. Formidable Oak is basically, you might have to go here twice, and yeah, it's kind of like the final trial of Pikmin 3, but again, the chase sequence is just very tedious. It's a very tedious part of it. And yeah, and another, and yeah, and the other one, I think the best one, my favorite one out of all four of these has to be Tropical Wilds, because it's a tropical area. It's very tropical. It's very amazing. It's actually a tutorial level, but again, there's more of a reason to come back here, because you have to fight the slug thing later on in the game basically. And yeah, he's not even the first boss you fight in the game, which is a breath of fresh air. I think you have to fight two bosses before you fight the Meteor Slug. But yeah, pretty great tutorial level it is. And yeah, God of Hope is pretty okay. You fight two bosses and you have and you get the blues and the rocks here. So yep, God of Hope is pretty okay. Pretty good. Distant Sunsward is pretty good snow level. And yeah, the Fiend is probably the second best one, and then Twilight River is pretty great as well. And yeah, hey Pikmin, you don't get Messenger because I only played for the first two roles of Pikmin. Hey Pikmin. So yep, that's basically it. Goodbye.